So, how teachable are you, right? Can sometimes determine how far you go. So, you can think about this on the basic level. Think about Michael Jordan, right? First of all, let's go back to his high school days. He wasn't that good. He got cut, but he worked really hard, came back, and the coach gave him a shot. Boom, you know the story. He made the team, became the man. He went to University of North Carolina and played for, I think, Coach Dean or something like that. Dean Smith, I think his name was. And he wasn't the man, but he was one of the men there. That type of school system, University of North Carolina, normally takes people who are academics or at least students, meaning that they're willing to learn. Then Michael Jordan went to the NBA. He was definitely an athlete. He was a superstar, but he wasn't like, he didn't come in winning, getting to the playoffs and winning championships like LeBron James did. Once he got up under Phil Knight, he became more of a student. He had to read, even though he was the freaking man, he could score, he could dunk on you. He was everything, right? He was like almost playing, it was like Michael Jordan against you, right? Against your entire team. Then when Phil Knight came on the scene, he had to take a step back, take the spotlight off of him as much, and become more of a student and a team player. That's what a student is, really a team player, right? And then what do you know? They start winning championship after championship after championship. And so in business, it's the same way. How open are you to instruction? How open are you to receive direction from a mentor? Or how open are you to just read a book sometimes and say, this worked there, but it may not work here, right? And I think about that in all of what I've done. And I've had situations where I've just bumped my head against the wall so many freaking times. And sometimes I would have a particular attorney, not any kind of attorney, but an attorney that's ethical, that you can trust, that gives you really good information, not the litigation attorneys that just want to sue forever without no end in sight, not the guys who just want to continue hitting you up with billable hours and invoices, not those types, but the type who really has your best interest at heart. Sometimes I've taken advice from them and I really didn't know what else to do. And sometimes it seemed like it was the opposite thing, like the opposite of what I would do. I did it anyway and it panned out well. So if you have an opportunity to be in a situation where you have someone, even if they haven't necessarily done everything that you've done, but they have expertise in a particular area that can help you, if you want to, get past that hurdle, past that growing point, that growing pain in life, you have to be open. You got to be a student, right? I don't care if it's sports. I don't care if it's relationships. Relationships are the same way sometimes when two people are butting their heads together and, it's like I'm right and you thinking that you're right, and you're not going to get anywhere if you all don't humble yourselves and at least accept some kind of counseling from a coach. I mean, maybe it's a marriage counselor, maybe it's a relationship counselor. You have to literally almost cut your head off. And it's interesting, the reason, don't take that literally because some people out here are crazy. In meditation, right, in different philosophies to this, but in meditation, whenever you go into a deep meditation, the goal in my culture, as far as I know in the ancient spiritual systems that I've studied, is to get to a point where you have no thoughts. And that means you're really cutting your head off. And what they mean by that is you're cutting off your thinking, not like you're going to become a dumb or a brute, because we have so many thoughts racing through our brains every single day. We have the media. Some people say they don't watch TV, but we watch the internet, same damn thing, right? We watch social media, and that influences us. Some of us watch the news, that influences us. Sometimes we listen to other people who have watched the news or TV or social media, and then that influences us. Then we have the things that our parents have told us. We have the things that our friends have told us. We have the things that people who we think are our friends have told us. We have all this glitter and braggadocious, shiny, egotistical type of marketing today, that puts all these things, trinkets before us to make us feel like we don't have anything so that we can jump into their product, right? And so when you have all these things, sometimes you have to clear out the register just to get to a point where now you can think clearly. So when they say cut off your head, that's exactly what they mean. It's like, cut it off. Cut off the thinking, cut off the layers and layers and layers and layers. It's almost like an onion. When you peel it back, you gotta keep peeling to get to the actual source. And the way to get to the actual source is to clear out this register up here. So hoping that helps. Let me know down below any questions, any comments, or if you have problems yourself, right? If you have a problem, especially with your business, and here's the crazy thing, right? In business, I think if you understand people, you understand business. I don't care what kind of business it is. It could be freaking coding, you could be a developer, it could be software, it could be a podcast, it could be marketing, it could be manufacturing. The secret to business is understanding people, because that's what makes businesses work. Now, if you have this totally automated business like Uber, it's still a people business because people still operate Uber, right? Now, they don't have the automated cars yet, and we'll see just how well that works in the very near future. It's still people who are even creating the programs behind the automated software. And anytime you have a problem in business, in most cases, it's going to boil down to people. Someone feels like they're not making enough money, so they steal money. Some people feel like, hey, you know what? I'm working for you. You're making a lot of money, but maybe they feel like they're not making as much as they should, so maybe they steal your clients. Maybe they steal your sales reps, right? It happens all the time. And it's crazy because it all revolves around people. And sometimes when we're in these quagmires, we're in these kind of situations, I don't care if it's a mastermind that you join and you go, then you just hear a bunch of rah-rah. Most of them are like that, unfortunately. You don't get any real instruction, and so you're still freaking confused, right? And in the masterminds, the beauty of those is that it goes back to the people and talking to and networking with enough people who can give you some good answers. Then you take that information, and now you have more and more layers of information that you have to process and filter out. So it goes back to being able to filter that. And if you don't have the opportunity sometimes to have a coach that you can listen to or a mentor, and even when you do have that, you still have to filter the information. And the way to do that is to clear the register here. So hope that helps. Let me know. Be good.